Hello again! Welcome to week 8, and it actually is week 8 this week of the pregnancy vlog. I think actually this past week's gone quite quickly. The week before seemed to drag, but probably because we were waiting to go to the scan. So this week's gone quite quickly. I've had my first visit from midwife. She rang me sort of early this week to ask to come out. They do, I don't know whether they do all of the appointments at the house. Some of them are at the doctor's surgery, but she came out to the house at least for the first one, and she came out on Friday. It's Sunday now, so that was quite exciting. We had a form that the doctor gave us initially when we went to tell them about the pregnancy, so that was just like all the medical history basically for both me and Aiden's side of the family. So she went through that with me, and we had a chat about the early scan that I'd had the week before. She was about to launch into the whole working out my due date from the periods, and then all the difficulty with that because I haven't had one since June. So she was about to go into that. I was like, hold on a minute, we've had a scan, I'll just go and grab the paperwork. So because they had the date on the scan, she said, oh, we'll forget all that and just go by what they said. She also said that it's actually quite rare for them to put a date on the early scans because the baby's so small. They usually just check that everything's okay, and they don't actually or they're not actually able to measure to give you a date. So she said they must have been able to get a really good picture, so that's a really good sign. And because they put me at 7 weeks and 2 days on the scan, when according to my dates it was just 7, the midwife's actually now moved my due date forward 2 days. So that means now every Monday will be the new week for me, and that means tomorrow I'll be like 9 weeks already. So that's like, we've lost half a week basically. Well, that's what it feels like. So that's good, it's moving things on a little bit quicker. We will be getting a letter hopefully next week sometime. It comes in the post, and that will have the date of my 12-week scan. They do it between 10 and 12 weeks, but she said it probably will be in about three weeks time, which will be about 12 weeks then. And they do that either on a Wednesday or a Friday. So once we get the letter, then the plan is that we'll have the day off, both me and Aiden. So we'll go to the scan, and then don't know what else we'll do, but do something nice for the rest of the day. They will also be taking blood and a wee sample. Apparently every visit I have to take a wee sample now. Although last time I took one, they didn't want it, so then I had a sample of wee in my handbag all day, which was like really gross. I tried to give it her. I was like, don't you want this? And she said, no, you can take it home. I was like, I don't want it. It's disgusting. So yeah, so I'm really excited about that now. The midwife said that when we go for the 12-week scan, you'll be able to see all the features of the baby, so that's like really exciting. Obviously you don't get to know the gender yet because it's still too small, but that'll be at the 20-week one. And then I've got a big pack of information from the midwife. I've got my maternity notes, which you have to carry around with you, take them to each appointment, and that will, I'll keep that right up until after the birth. And then not counting the scans, you have 10 appointments with the midwife or the doctors, but she's put me down as low risk, which means unless anything changes, I'll just be dealt with by the midwives. That also means that I would be able to have the hospital of our choice for the birth, but that will be well, several months down the line you get to go and have a look around them. But because of where we live in quite a small little town, and we don't have a main hospital here, we just have a small one. So you don't actually do any of the birth or any, well, I don't know what they do here, to be honest. They don't do much. So anything you have to go either to Cheltenham or Gloucester, which are the main towns, and the 2 birth units there are very different. Cheltenham, which is where we want to go, is midwife led, but you can't go there if you've had any problems or you're high risk, because they don't do any like cesareans and things there. And then Gloucester is the more traditional one with the doctors, and you can have epidurals and things there. But as I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And also got in the pack you get like lots of little magazines. There's loads of reading material, which is good because I like all that. Aidan wasn't very impressed with it, not that interested. Basically what happens in our relationship, I read everything, or like find out about whatever it is, summarise it to him, and that's how it works. And he's quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with that, so it's all good. So I've got lots of little magazines, and then there was 2 vouchers that you can take into Boots, and I got 2 more packs, which was like really exciting. Again, Aidan wasn't interested, but these packs had like little free samples in them. So I had like things like nappy cream, some samples of like tummy cream for stretch marks, samples of like different washing powders and things, and a towel for the baby. It's a really hard towel, so I don't think I'll be using it on the baby, but still, I love free samples, so that's cool. Then we will have, I'm feeling really sick at the moment actually, so you have to bear with me. Yesterday was quite a nice day. Friday and yesterday I was feeling alright. Probably the best I've been for quite a few weeks. And yesterday we went out for lunch, and then we went for a walk around the park, went to visit Aidan's nan. So we were out like all day, and although I was feeling a bit rubbish by the evening, was not too bad. But today's been like pretty bad. Everything I've done today has been a struggle. I had a shower, which was like such hard work, and then drying my hair. My appetite's gone today as well. I haven't really had a problem with that before. Although I've had the nausea, I've still like been quite hungry, like probably more hungry than usual. But today I haven't been hungry. I have managed to eat because I know it's important, but just before we started this video I was throwing up again. So yeah, so that's a new thing this week, because I don't think this time last week I'd thrown up, but I've now actually thrown up 3 times, so it's becoming a more regular thing. What I thought, when you're actually sick, you'd feel much better, like, because non-pregnancy related sickness, when you've actually thrown up, you immediately feel better. But with pregnancy sickness, not so much. I have read like different women have different outcomes, and sometimes they do feel better for a while. But with me, it does sort of take the edge off it, but not for very long at all, because it's probably only been about 10 minutes and I'm feeling sick again. But I think today is a particularly bad day, but only another 4 or 5 weeks. then we'll see. But the reason we wanted to do these vlogs is to give a whole picture of pregnancy, and obviously this is a major part of it. And although I do feel rubbish, it's still like it's a good feeling rubbish. Like I'm happy that I feel rubbish, although that sounds really weird, because there's a baby, and that's the reason. And it's a good sign if you're actually throwing up, because it means that you've got the good levels of hormones in there, because it's the hormones that actually do it. So if you're actually throwing up, it's a good sign. although it doesn't make you feel very good. I'm a bit concerned about work tomorrow because I've been feeling so rubbish today. We had a nap earlier, which was amazing. I love Sunday afternoon naps, but it was quite a long nap and I'm still like really tired. It could probably well, it probably won't be long before I'm going to bed today. Hopefully I won't feel too rubbish tomorrow, but we'll see. Also, the other receptionist that works off on holiday for 2 weeks now, so I'm going to be having to do some extra shifts to cover her, but we'll see how I feel. If I can't do too many, then I can't. What else has happened this week? Oh, my tummy. I'm feeling so fat at the moment. Like, obviously there's not a baby bump yet because it's, I think the earliest would be about 16 weeks, if that. So obviously that's quite a way off, but I'm quite bloated now. Like, my tummy looks visibly fatter. Sue, who is at where I work, helpfully said that I looked fat. She didn't actually say it in those words, but she said, "Oh, turn to the side, Pen. Oh, you've got a bit of a tummy. I've never seen you with a tummy before," because I'm quite a small person. And I don't mind, but I'm just feeling fat. I've got my stretchy jeans, which have really helped this week at work. So they're really good to get if you're struggling. You can get stretchy trousers as well if you're not allowed to wear jeans at work, but luckily I am. And I wore a tight, well, not tight, but like a sort of snug fitting top on Friday, and I'm going to put all those away now because I felt so fat all day because my stomach was sticking out of it. So I'm going to wear baggy tops, and then hopefully, I think the bloating does go down, but probably starts to go down around the time you get a bump. So we'll see. But that is about it. All the symptoms have sort of carried on that I was having last week. So food aversions and things. That's probably a bit worse this week. I can't even think about chicken. Ugh. Chicken's my nemesis at the moment. But more things are just, I'm still off meat. We were going to have like a roast dinner today, but I couldn't stomach it, so I just had toast. And I'm just trying to find things that I can manage to eat and keep going that way. It's not been too bad, and I've got a few drinks and things to try this week, because the amount of bottles of squash we've got in the cupboard now, like half drank bottles of squash, because now I've got enough of them. But yeah, so pretty much the same as last week, symptoms wise, but a bit more. I don't know how worse they're going to get, but we'll see. So I'll update you on that again next week. We'll have, probably this time next week, we'll have the appointment, so I can tell you when that's going to be. And I'll let you know how I've been getting on, if I felt any better at work and things, because today's been pretty rubbish. And we'll go from there. Please do subscribe and thumbs up if you want to see more. We will be doing them every Sunday, so you'll get a weekly update throughout the whole pregnancy and the birth and beyond. We're also doing daily vlogs, so please look for the Brit vlog. Check out that if you want to see what we get up to during the week. And I shall talk to you next week. Bye!